The doctors had given up. The father had almost given up. But the little girl, she just kept getting worse. And it all changed the night a tired nanny bent down, lifted the edge of a pink blanket, and looked under a bed no one thought to check. Richard Hale had everything: business empires, luxury cars, a mansion perched on a hill overlooking the entire city. But none of it mattered when he looked at his 8-year-old daughter, Emily, lying pale and exhausted under layers of blankets. For almost a year, Emily had been constantly sick. Fevers without reason, nightmares that left her screaming, sudden weight loss, strange rashes, and every time, doctors would run their tests only to shrug helplessly afterward. Maybe it's stress, one specialist said. Maybe it's neurological, another guessed. Richard spent millions on treatments, vitamins, private nurses, and therapists. Nothing helped. By the time the 10th nanny quit, claiming the house felt wrong, Richard was desperate. That's when Claire Anderson walked in, calm, warm-hearted, and far more courageous than she looked. "I'm not afraid of challenges," Claire said during the interview. "Just let me try." Richard, exhausted and beaten down, nodded. "Please, my daughter needs someone who won't run." Claire started that same evening. From the first night, Claire noticed something unusual. Emily wasn't just sick, she looked terrified. Every time the sun set, Emily's small hands trembled. Her eyes flicked toward the dark corners of her room. She refused to sleep without the lamp on. And she always asked the same haunting question. "Miss Claire, will it come back tonight?" Claire would brush her hair gently. "Will what come back?" Emily only shook her head, fear tightening her features. "I just don't want to sleep alone." Claire slept in the room's armchair each night after that. But still, Emily woke with dark circles, weak limbs, and fresh symptoms that seemed to appear from nowhere. Something was wrong. Very wrong. One night, after Emily finally fell asleep, Claire saw something she couldn't explain, a shadow moving under the bed, followed by a faint scraping sound. Her breath caught. She stepped closer. Silence. Probably just her toys shifting, she whispered, trying to calm herself. But then she felt it, a cold rush of air from under the bed. Her heart hammered. Okay, this house definitely has secrets. She didn't look beneath it that night. Not yet. The next morning, Emily had a nosebleed. Her fever spiked. Richard called the doctor, again, pacing like a man losing his mind. "I'm failing her," he whispered to Claire when the doctor left. "I can't protect my own child." The pain in his voice broke Claire. "Sir," she said softly, "something is happening in that room. Not medical, not physical, something else." Richard stared at her. "You sound like the others." "No," Claire insisted, "I'm not quitting, but I need your trust." And for the first time in his life, Richard Hale, a man who controlled entire markets, felt utterly powerless. So he did the only thing he could. He nodded. That night, Claire stayed awake in the armchair, lights dimmed, watching Emily sleep. Hours passed. The house was silent. Then, scrape, scrape, scrape. The same sound. Claire felt a chill run down her spine, but this time she grabbed her phone flashlight and dropped to her knees beside the bed. She lifted the blanket, and pointed the light underneath. What she saw made her gasp so loudly she woke Emily. Curling beneath the bed, trembling and skinny, was a teenage boy, eyes red, clothes torn, and body covered in bruises. He looked barely alive. Emily screamed. Claire stumbled backward. Richard burst into the room moments later. "What's happening?" The boy scrambled out, hands raised, terrified. "Please, don't hurt me. I'm sorry." Emily clung to Claire in tears. Richard stared at the boy. "Who are you?" The trembling boy, no older than 13, swallowed hard. "My name is Noah." He looked at Emily, guilt flooding his eyes. "I didn't mean to scare her," he whispered. "I just needed a place to hide." Noah's story came out piece by heartbreaking piece. He was an orphan who had recently escaped a violent home